Hi, my name is Monasia and I'll be doing a presentation about employee relations dealing with disability accommodations. A quote for thought. Being disabled should not mean being disqualified from having access to every aspect of life. Emma Thompson. The definition of a disability. Not everyone with a medical condition is protected by law. In order to be protected by law, a person must be qualified for the job and have a disability as defined in the following ways. And there are 4 different ways. A person may be disabled if he or she has a physical or mental condition, such as walking, talking, seeing or hearing, or even learning. A person may be disabled if he or she has a history of disability, such as cancer. A person may be disabled if he or she is believed to have a physical or mental impairment that is non-transitory, lasting or expected to last 6 months or less. And also a person who has diabetes. Diabetes is a disease in which blood glucose levels are above normal. There are 3 different types of diabetes. There's type 1 diabetes, which means having high levels of sugar in your blood, but you can take insulin, which is a hormone produced by special cells called beta cells in the pancreas. Type 2 diabetes, having high levels of sugar in your glucose blood, but your fat tissues don't respond to insulin. And also gestational diabetes, which occurs during pregnancy. It can go away or it can still occur. There are different laws and regulations that help protect a person with a disability. The Americans with Disability Act, also known as ADA, Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, also known as EEOC. The ADA prohibits discrimination on the basis of a disability in employment. State and local government, public accommodations, commercial facilities, transportation, and telecommunications. The ADA prohibits discrimination in hiring, promotions, training, pay, social activities, and other privileges of employment. If one feels that they're being discriminated against, the person needs to file a claim with the EEOC. The EEOC is responsible for enforcing the law that make it illegal to discriminate against an applicant or an employee, race, religion, sex, age, and disability. There are different types of accommodations. Reasonable adjustments to a job or work environment that makes it possible for a person with a disability to perform the task at hand. Accommodations include specialized equipment, facility modifications, adjust work schedule, or job duties. For instance, when I started working at Babies R Us, they had to get some facility modifications. I was not able to access the bathroom easily as one would if they were walking normally. So they had to check the doors because they were a little too heavy for me. And by law, they're only supposed to be 5 pounds weight, and they were 15. So they definitely had to change them because they were breaking the law. And also on the cash register, I wasn't able to reach it, so therefore they just lowered it so that I was able to touchscreen it and touch it. There's also different types of accommodations like a flexible workplace, scheduling, leave, breaks, modification, equipment technology, management, supervision, and different other policies. Flexible workplace means if it's able for you to access it in a flexible manner. In scheduling, sometimes people only can work full-time, part-time, not full-time. And leave, such as sick leave, medical leave, you definitely want to require somebody to get that if they're not feeling well, and then they can go and get a doctor's note to take time off. Breaks, if someone has diabetes or can't work for long periods of time, they definitely need breaks. And modifications. Equipment and technology. Say someone's blind, they might need special equipment to see the computer screens and to see different things like Braille. Management and supervision. If someone has a learning disability, they might need more assistance in going over the processes of different tasks at hand. To accommodate employees with diabetes, allow for storage of medicines such as insulin or food. You never want someone to feel like their sugar's low or high and maybe they have to leave work early. So definitely allow them to go in the break room or have a special room for them to go to for them to access their medicine or insulin. provide an area to test blood sugar levels, provide an area to administer medicine, such as the insulin. You never want someone to feel like, oh, I'm stuck on the cash register, but I have to take my insulin. Let me do it right here. Never ever want to do that. Allow frequent breaks for food as needed. Allow flexibility to sit or stand, and allow job sharing. Shorten workday or extend work week. The cost of the employer. 31% is at no cost to the employer. There's just minor things that an employer can change in the work field that would help a person with a disability be able to do the job. So therefore, it's at no cost. The most that someone would pay is $50. I put two examples, which is a tape recorder for someone who has short-term memory loss. For an employer, it might cost $19.99. And a handheld electronic organizer is for someone who can't multitask and needs more help in writing it down and can't grasp it. They have it hands-on on their handheld organizer, and that's less than $100, which is $97.99. Also, when I needed stuff modified, there was two different types of programs that I got in contact with, and that was DRS, which stands for Disability Rehabilitation Services, and that helped with accommodations, and they paid for it. And they also connected me with a company called Didlake, which is on-the-job training, and they actually went on the job and did interviews with me, and they coached me during my orientation, and they were basically my right-hand man to get the job done.